HarperCollins presents Sunday's Child, Book 4 in the Rockwood Chronicles, by Dilly Court. Read by Annie Aldington. Chapter 1. Rockwood Castle, June 1862. It was a hot summer day, but the 4-foot-thick stone walls kept the interior of the castle at an even temperature. Even so, the kitchen was not exactly cool, with a fire blazing in the black-leaded range and pans bubbling on the hob. Fanning herself with her apron, Cook slumped down on the chair she claimed as her own. She pointed to the board on the wall, where a bell was jangling frantically. "What's going on above stairs, Molly? Tilly and Jenny have been running round all morning. That there bell hasn't stopped ringing since I came down to prepare breakfast." "It's Lady Carey, Mrs. Jackson," Molly said, sighing. "She's had the girls chasing round in circles, getting Miss Nancy's things packed for a trip to London." Edna Jackson shook her head. "I'll never forget the day that Nancy Sunday came to Rockwood Castle. Poor little mite, she was half-starved and skinny, all stick-like arms and legs. 9 years old and already in service at the vicarage. Mrs. Blanchard took pity on the child and brought her here." "I don't think Lady Carey thinks much of Mrs. Blanchard's plan to send Nancy to that expensive academy in London. She's always reminding Nancy that she was a foundling, left on the steps of the orphanage. It's not for us to criticise our betters, Molly Greep. Hester Doddridge was housekeeper here before the late Master Upton married her. She was once a servant just like us." Edna pursed her lips. "For heaven's sake, answer that bell before it jumps off its spring." "I'm not a chambermaid, Mrs. Jackson." "That's enough of your cheek. Go upstairs and see what they need, or we'll have Mr. Jarvis descending upon us, wanting to know what we're doing." "Mr. Jarvis can't move so fast these days, Mrs. Jackson," Molly said, giggling. "He must be 70 if he's a day." "That's neither here nor there, Molly." Edna bristled angrily. "I myself have reached the age of 60, and I'm just as sprightly as I was when I was 20. Now do as you're told, or you'll find yourself back on your parents' farm." Molly tossed her head. "I wouldn't mind that. Or maybe Mrs. Blanchard will decide to send me to London with Nancy. It would get me away from Rockwood Village and all the gossips. I've never been further than Exeter." She marched out of the kitchen. Above stairs, in her pretty bedroom, situated in one of the 4 turrets, Nancy sat on the window seat, watching Hester and Rosalind arguing about what a young woman would need to take to London. Who would have thought that the simple act of leaving home to attend a prestigious young ladies' academy could cause such a to-do? Nancy asked herself this a dozen times a day, as she tried in vain to influence the choice of garments to be packed in the campaign trunk that Sir Bertram Carey had used in his army days, as well as a large valise and several hat boxes. Hester had raised Rosalind and her 3 siblings during their parents' long absences from home, and Hester had set ideas as to what was proper for a young woman of 18 to wear. She was more concerned about practicalities like pantalettes, flannel petticoats, cotton lawn chemises, and nightgowns that left everything to the imagination, with wraps to cover modesty at all times. Rosalind Blanchard laughed at the notion of Nancy having to wear flannelette nightgowns with high necks and long sleeves in the middle of summer. "Really, Hester, there's no need for such modesty," Rosalind insisted. "Nancy will most probably be sharing a room with 1 or 2 other young females anyway. Miss Morfling, the principal, said she was very strict about such things." Hester sniffed. "If you ask me, I think finishing school is a waste of time and money spent on a girl who had started life as a foundling." "Where she came from doesn't make any difference," Rosalind said sharply. "Nancy is a member of the family, and as such she deserves the best chance in life." "Neither you nor your sister attended such an institution." "No, because when we were younger there wasn't the money for such luxuries." Nancy listened to the argument with a feeling of resignation. She had always been painfully aware that Hester did not approve of her being treated as a member of the family. Rosalind, on the other hand, insisted that although Nancy did not bear the Carey name, she was one of them nonetheless.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?